Hey, what's up, Heroes? Friends are very kind here, and welcome back to another episode review. And in this video, I'm going to be reviewing Aliens of London. So we'll start off at the pre-title sequence where the Doctor and Rose have landed back in the Power Estate where Rose lives with her mum, and Rose asks the Doctor that how long has she been gone, and the Doctor says it's only been 12 hours. It was interesting to see how Rose and her mum interacted once she got back up to her flat or apartment, and of course we learn that it hasn't been 12 hours, it's been 12 months. And of course Rose doesn't know this, and when she does find out, when the Doctor comes rushing in and says it's not 12 hours, it's 12 months. I thought that was really good. But going back to Jackie's reaction when Rose walks in the flat or apartment, I thought that was very well played, very well written part of this story. And then after the title sequence coming in, it's a scene between Rose, the Doctor, Jackie, and a policeman, and they're trying to find out where Rose has been for the past 12 months. And I love that part where Jackie slaps the Doctor. I thought that was so funny. The scene on the rooftop I thought was very, very well written and very good, where Rose is trying to decide whether to stay on Earth or go again with the Doctor. I thought it was well written how when Rose says, I've seen all these aliens and spaceships and things, and I'm the only one on planet Earth that knows they exist. And then the spaceship comes flying over their heads, crashes into Big Ben, and then into the River Thames. I thought that's very good CGI, especially when the spaceship crashed into the Thames. I thought that was a really, really nice visual. I like how the Doctor developed in this, his character development, where the streets of London are all blocked off and nobody can move anywhere. And the Doctor wants to see what's going on. And Rose says, well, we can always do what everyone else does. And the Doctor's like, what does everyone else do? And Rose says, watch it on TV. And then the Doctor's like, what? But I really liked how the Doctor was very anxious to find out what's going on, and how anxious he is to actually be a part of it, to go and witness it for himself. So he goes outside, and Rose doesn't want him to go anywhere, and the Doctor says, well, it's a bit too human in there for me, I'm just going out for a walk. And then hands her a TARDIS key, with obviously Rose thinking that's the only TARDIS key. I thought the scene where Mickey spots the Doctor going to the TARDIS and taking off, I thought that was funny how when the TARDIS is taken off, Mickey runs into that big sheet metal wall. I thought that was hilarious. And then goes up to Rose's flat or apartment, and the icy reception that he gets from Jackie. I thought that was brilliant. That scene was so good. The news reports all through it as well. I thought that was a nice touch. And then Jackie calls the line that they say, if you've seen an alien or know of an alien, call this number. And she says, I've seen an alien. His name's the Doctor. He's in a blue box. He calls it a TARDIS. And obviously that set off all the right alarms. And we also get introduced to Harriet Jones in this episode. I like Harriet Jones. I also like the scene inside the TARDIS between the Doctor, Rose, and Mickey, where Mickey says that he's done some research on the Doctor, and he's found out that he used to work for UNIT, which we now know as the Unified Intelligence Task Force, but back then it was still the United Nations Intelligence Task Force. Just going back just a little bit, I forgot to mention this. The alien that they found on the ship that crashed into the Thames, I thought that was very well done, with the pig and the sort of arms and stuff. I thought that was very well, a good plot device. And in case you didn't notice, the other doctor that's examining this alien is actually played by the same person who plays Tosh in Torchwood. And I just think it's interesting how the girl who plays Tosh in Torchwood is in this, and the episode before this, the girl who plays Gwen in Torchwood is in the very episode before that. I just think that's interesting. But anyway, back to the story. I think it's really interesting how when Mickey, Rose, and the Doctor, when they step out the TARDIS, they're surrounded by police and stuff. And I think it's hilarious how Mickey just runs off. I think that's so funny. And then the Doctor's like, "Take me to your leader." I thought that was funny too. And then the scene in the government car between Rose and the Doctor, I thought that was very good. Where Rose thinks they're being arrested, but the Doctor says, "No, we're not being arrested. We've been escorted to Downing Street." And I think the scene between Harriet Jones and Rose is pretty good when they first meet. And Rose is a little bit defensive of the Doctor because Harriet Jones is asking who he is. The scene where the Doctor is trying to narrow everything down to why everyone is in that particular room, I thought that was very good. And when that other guy, the alien, when he's passing gas, I think it's hilarious how the Doctor turns around and says, "Hey, do you mind not farting while I'm saving the world?" And the reveal of who these aliens are, I thought that was very well done. How these aliens are inside a human body, and they unzip the human body and reveal themselves. I think that's very well done. And then they introduce themselves as the Slitheen. The cliffhanger to this, I think, is amazing, where everyone is getting electrocuted. All the Unified Intelligence Task Force people inside that particular room are getting electrocuted during the reveal of who the Slitheen are. I just think that's a great cliffhanger. So, in all, a very good watch. But like in all Russell T Davies's kind of two-part stories, part one is just kind of the build-up. And obviously, Aliens of London is actually the first episode of Doctor Who that I ever watched. So it holds sentimental value to me. But part one of this story is very good, very enjoyable. The pace of the story goes very well. The character development is very good again. All in all, a very good episode by itself. And I'll give this episode a very strong 7 out of 10. And I will be doing the next part of the story, which is World War III. That'll be my next episode review. So anyways, guys, I hope you enjoyed that. Have you seen this episode? What did you think of it? Let me know in the comments below. And as always, guys, thank you for watching, and like and subscribe. And I'll see you all at World War III.